of Human Development and Family Studies. In 2002, start of PG Diploma in Human Nutrition and Dietetics, PG Diploma in School Counseling, PG Diploma in Apparel Designing and Management, and these were discontinued later on. In 2003, certificate course in creative arts was started. In 2004, certificate course in bakery and confectionery was started. And in 2005, fourth Dean's Committee meeting was held at college and curriculum was revised. In 2008, meeting of BASMA in home science for revision of PG course curriculum was held. In 2010, the Department of Home Science Extension Education was renamed as Extension Education and Communication Management. In 2010, Department of Clothing and Textile was renamed as Textile and Apparel Design, and 2011-12 start of BSc Honours 6-year program after matriculation and was discontinued in 2017-18. PG curriculum, revised PG curriculum was implemented in 2011-12 and BSc Honours 5-year program was discontinued. In 2017, change in the nomenclature of BSc Honours Home Science 4-year program to BSc Honours Community Science 4-year program. New course curriculum as per the 5th Dean's Committee recommendations were implemented and organized Golden Jubilee International Conference on Gender Issues and Social Economic Perspectives for Sustainable Rural Development. In 2020, the college secured 49th rank across the India in MHRD NIRF ranking, whereas in 2021, college got 38th rank and first batch of BSc Honours Community Science was passed out. In 2022, the college secured 42nd rank across the India in MHRD NIRF ranking, and one student enrolled in the PhD dual degree program with the Western Sydney University, Australia. In the current year, the 11 students completed 3 months implant training at the International Institute, and college was renamed as IC College of Community Science. Department of Family Resource Management was renamed as Resource Management and Consumer Sciences, and Department of Textiles and Apparel Design was renamed as Apparel and Textile Science. And new PG course curriculum as per the BASMA was also started during this current year. This is one of the rare picture which I got. It is the farewell of Shri A.L. Fletcher, the first Vice Chancellor of HAU, by the founder member of the IC College of Home Science on his retirement in 1975. Thank you. This was just a journey of the college, 5 decades of college.
Thank you, ma'am. That has been an interesting and a long journey, a tumultuous journey, I would say, with hiccups and with reasons to be cheerful. And now I think it is time to hear it from the horse's mouth, our teachers who have seen all the very firsts of this college. I invite Dr. Achila Malviya to please start the interaction, share her experiences of the college, and this we will follow with Dr. Grover. Dr. Achila, please. Madam, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you very much, and really blessed to have this opportunity of seeing a dream come true after 50 years of the college, starting of the college. We could never dream that we'll see that day to day as we are. And it's been a blessing and a great opportunity. I would not go into a very formal deliberation of the start of the college, I would like to share with you the unique challenges we at the beginning of the start of the college faced. Firstly, when I was all alone, and then when Dr. Grover and Dr. Uma Verma joined. And this is something you can say behind the scene challenges, which was so unique and so unexpected that people who were brought up in Delhi, educated in Delhi, were facing, at a age of say 20 onwards, and this is something we never dreamt of facing. Let me start with that. This college was, you know, thought of by Shri Bansilal, and he requested Mr. Fletcher, the first vice chancellor, to start this college. As Dr. Manju has elaborated, the committee formulation and all, and at that point of time, either Mr. Fletcher used to go to Delhi or one of the faculty members from the College of Home Science in Lady Irwin College used to come over. It went on for a year or so. Then Dr. Delkar, called me up, and she didn't ask my opinion. She said, Ashla, you are going to HAU and you will be my link with Mr. Fletcher. I need a technical person who can translate what I'm saying, so that he's too busy and I'm also not able to travel as much. So you will be a shuttling. And it was really a shuttling because Mr. Fletcher gave me my car and the driver, and then almost 5 days I was shuttling between Delhi and Hisar. Hisar 50 years back was a city which I had not imagined after coming from Delhi. And at that point of time, we students were like, if Miss Dr. Delka said you have to go, we have to go. I didn't even ask her that what is my job profile, what kind of city I'm going, and what am I supposed to be doing there. She just said, pack up, and day after you are leaving for Hisar, and you're appointed there. I didn't even know that the college timings are 9 to 4. I didn't even know that we can't leave the campus without permission. So I joined a day before the Shara. So 4 days I was in faculty house, which was my stay, as well as you can call it a office. And I was directly under the vice chancellor. Now, for going out of Hisar, also I had to ask the vice chancellor, and on a holiday it was impossible to approach him. And then I happened to approach him, and I told him, I said, I'm stuck here for 4 days, I don't know what to do with myself. So he took me to his house and gave me a number of books to read. He says, occupy yourself like that. So I went around the campus trying to acquaint myself. And since I was at the rest of the two faculty members who subsequently joined, we were from the traditional system of education. And for us to envisage agriculture university or your land grant pattern was something it took us a while to understand. And we could understand that why we have to be at 9 to 4 here. Work is over, then we should be allowed to go back to our room or our house. But slowly we understood the pattern. And then I was initially supposed to work for something which I had never done, never imagined, never knew what to do. For example, I'll share with you one or two instances. I didn't know how to decide on the uh, you know pla- uh, slab height of the labs. It's a small thing, but I never thought I would have to decide, because certain small things like that, because the building was under construction, and only after, I think, 2 or 3 months we got one room ready, which the rooms which are below now at the uh, ground floor at the extension education department, and the room which is occupied by the head of the department was later on to be made for the dean. But that was much later. There was hardly any room, any construction, and we used to just hop around with the, between the bricks and the mortar and all that, because the mm, chief engineer and the architect and the vice chancellor, they were at such a fast speed to get the construction done and ask us the clarifications which we were not exposed to at all. But anyway, that went on, and then for every, I would say, 5 days in a week, I was just traveling up and down. I would just go, and then Dr. Zelkar was again a very hard taskmaster. I had my family in Delhi, but she wouldn't let me go home. She said, "You are going to stay here with me, and I have to finish lot of work with you, and you get back again to Hisar and explain this to Mr. Fletcher because it's a time bound thing." So imagine, in late 20s, you're not that, matured to handle things. But it was an interesting experience. And I was, for 3 months, since I was all alone, I was just, traveling up and down. And we didn't have a college. We didn't have I didn't have a dean to whom to call. And for a minutest thing, I had to find time to be able to speak to the vice chancellor directly, because there was no other faculty, no other link beyond that. Then when Dr. Grover and Dr. Uma Verma joined, then we were allocated under Dr. Dean of the Basic Sciences, Dr. Kakkar. And first day, I remember three of us went there and we told him, he says, "Why you have come?" We said, "We haven't got salary and we don't know whom to call. And we came to know that you are our dean, so you please have to help us now get the salary." So he says, "This is the primary thing." I said, and we felt that it was the primary thing for us for not being able to organize there was no head actually under which head they would pay us the salary. So they had their own practical problems. And besides the construction challenges, uh, the syllabus was made, and the labs, then the equipment had to be purchased. We had no idea how to keep the accounts, and one purchase after another we kept on messing up the accounts because we had no idea, never done that kind of a responsibility. But Mr. Fletcher was always there to help us to get out of this mess, because he said, "Okay, I know these young ladies are very sincere and honest. Only thing is that they don't have this exposure." And then he would assign a very senior accounts person to support us. But the biggest challenge for us, by that time, Dr. Grover and Dr. Uma had also joined. The biggest challenge for us was to get the students. How do we get the students from the interiors of the villages? Uh, and imagine three of us coming from Delhi, our profile, and our way of speaking, our way of interacting was, we were on one planet, and we had to go to the villages, and we didn't know how to approach them, how to encourage the parents. I mean, like, mothers were very keen, but mothers didn't have much of a say in it. It was the father and the brother. So we worked out, with other faculty members and basic science, and then we started involving the brothers of the girls, because we had students, you won't imagine. The first batch students, they were girls who had never seen the main road, never traveled in the bus. And when to bring them from those remote areas, and like Rewari, Mahendragarh, and far off places, from every district we had students. But the biggest problem for us was that our trust, that whether the families could trust us, that not only we are encouraging them to come forward for the education, we are also asking them to let them stay in the hostel. So looking at three of us, they really had lot of apprehension that where are we going to send our girls, and staying there. And then it was really a very challenging time. And then when we got the students, the next step was, which was more difficult, was to help them stay in this environment. They'd never seen geysers. Sometimes the geysers will blow up. They had never slept on the bed with the thick mattresses. Sometimes they'll pull it down and sleep on the floor. They're having a class, then they'll sit cross-legged on the chair. मैडम ऐसे कभी नहीं बैठे हम, नीचे बैठ जाए तो यूज कोई बात नहीं, sit wherever you want to. And then their language and our language, we were just poles apart. So slowly, our whole efforts was that we will not have a single dropout. That was the big challenge for us, because once the students come and the dropout starts, then it sends a very wrong message to the community that the students had gone, girls had gone for the education and they are not able to adjust. So that was a huge challenge for three of us, how to support them. Initially, I was the warden also for 1 year of the college, and to help the students understand how to sit on the table and have to use table and chair for the joint eating, how to use the sinks, how to live in the room, how to organize their cupboards, how to use the washroom. So all that was, like raising, you can say, we were more like potters who were raising the pottery, making a pottery fine, knew that they have potential. Because what was really encouraging for us was the shine in the eyes of the girls who wanted to study, who wanted to come forward, and who wanted to be out of their village environment to be able to do something in life. And somehow they felt that these teachers who have come can support us in doing that. And so that belief and faith, and also when I was appointed, Dr. Dilkar told me that actually you're going, you are my trust in uh, Haryana Agriculture University. So I am putting my full trust on you. And if you are not able to help in starting the college, it'll be a great setback to many, many people. So had a huge responsibility on my shoulders. Later on, three of us were doing that. So these are the small things, and I remember, how the scholastic language had to be decoded in the rural areas. I remember, there was initially there was one instance which I really remember, that Chaudhary Saab came, with a big lut. He just stood in front of me. He said, "तू आई थी मेरे घर में, मेरे धोरे मेरी छोरी लेने, और फेल कैसे हो गई?" How do I explain him that school, what the scholastic means? He tells me she's got scholarship. So it was very difficult for us to explain that scholarship and scholastic is not one. So, the whole, I would say that when I joined, my whole emphasis was student centric. Not what I'm challenging to adjust myself, but how can I, along with others, we'll be able to make these young 15 years onwards girls able to adjust and have the confidence in us to be able to share their problems in adjustment. So that was a huge challenge for us. And every girl, every student, we used to really cherish, you can say foster and nurture and support them, so that when they go back during the semester break, they will come back. So that was, with a breath, so holding on to our breath, we used to feel when they come back. They came back after the semester, trimester. That time we had trimesters. Trimester break, we used to really feel okay. So all of them have come, and that was a real challenge which we faced, and that too, the driving force for us was the eagerness and the seeking spirit of the girls who came in the first batch of 4 year and 3 year program. Some of the teachers who have excelled and who were in our first batch, uh, we could never think that the college will grow to what it is today. And 50 years is a long period, And I wouldn't say it's only our, you know, sweat and blood, but it is also the number of people who have contributed in developing them. And I would give a lot of credit to the students because the background they came from and how well they adjusted. And for us, it was a real challenge that the basic science courses we had to work out with basic science college to get the teachers to the home science college. The girls will not be able to go there. So small things, you know, we were, I mean, I would say that we I'm so much student centric that how best we can adjust these things, how best we can, make them comfortable to be able to study and trust us and share their issues if they have any problematic issues. And for them it was, also a very difficult adjustment because the background they came from and getting locked up in the hostel was a very difficult thing for them. Girls in the rural areas have a lot of freedom to run around and all that, but here in the hostel they couldn't go out like that. And I remember one or two students initially jumped over the wall, so it was very difficult to convince her. She said, I can jump. I said, no, you can jump very well, but you're not supposed to be doing it. You can't do that. So there were certain things because it was very difficult to envisage, and you can't imagine, students at that age and stage could not understand that where we are, how can we trust these teachers, and the parents also felt that how can we trust our girls to be there 24 hours. The brothers were like, they were supervising, but there were very few, I mean, not that big a number. And for us, if suppose, I mean, the difficult task was that suppose the student has slept over and hasn't attended the class, then the father will come and fight. He says, how dare my girl has got less attendance? What were you doing? I gave my daughter to you and she's got short attendance. So these are certain small experiences which are endless, and the challenges were, I would say, n number of challenges, but our own, fighting spirit of overcoming these challenges, and our zeal, and you can say the support of the students to be able to study. And they knew that, if we do not study or come up to the mark, then we'll be sent back, and then we'll never be able to study further, because there are certain villages where the girls are not sent even to the adjoining village if the school is till 8th or 10th, and then boys school they are not allowed to go, or the adjoining school, village school, they were not allowed to go. So all these challenges I'm telling you, which we faced, we overcame. And slowly the dean of the college joined and the other faculty joined, and then I would say everybody contributed. Even till today everybody contributed to bring the college to the stage we are here. And I would say almost 99% students, uh, more or less students or students, community has been our students. And not even for a moment I felt that these girls are from rural background and I'm coming from Lady Women College, Delhi. My whole emphasis throughout has been that how can I make them stand on their feet, and these are our tomorrow. And if they go back, leaving the course in between, they will never be able to study. So that was all that time, and every time in the class we were doing bilingual studies. In the beginning, we ourselves were not very, expressive in Hindi, uh, being educated in English medium schools and later in college. But we did also made lot of effort to be accepted by them. And on the whole, it's been a very, very challenging journey for us till such time the college got established in departments, and the first batch passed. The 4 year and the 3 year batch, when that passed, then we really took a sigh of relief that now we have paid a benchmark. Now the girls will keep coming. So that was a very big test for us, and I can go on and on. And 50 years has been a long, long time. But I would now let Dr. Grover speak her point of view about journey we have had. And I want to tell you one thing before I close is that we didn't know how to apply for leave. And three of us were, Dr. Grover, remember, first time we wanted to go to Delhi, and three of us wanted to go together. And we went to Dean Basic Science, and we didn't know how to apply for leave. And we said, this is to inform you that, it was a joint application that we are going to Delhi for 3, 4 days and we'll be back. He says, what is this? He says, it's just to inform you. He said, you can't inform me, you have to take permission. So we had never experienced that kind of situation that for taking leave also you have to take permission. Why? So slowly we learned that, we are not free to do that. So he really laughed. He says, I can understand your background. And by three of you to go. So we said that three of us will go together and we'll come back together. We said that who will take care of the college? आप देख लेंगे ना 2 दिन. So, that kind of immature, or, you can say raw we were. And we had no idea, and no idea at all that what are the rules and regulations, what are the procedures, what are the protocols. But all said and done, and Dr. Grove will vouch for it, we enjoyed every bit. We enjoyed going on rickshaws to outside, uh, and going and buying things. We enjoyed every bit of the time and laughed it over. And though we were having lot of challenges, but we thought we'll sail through. We'll be able to. We have been sent by our directors to start this college, and we will not let anybody down by our own not being up to the mark. So I do remember some of the first batch students. One person I will never forget is Lali. If you remember, in Dr. Grover, she came for the interview, and by the time we called her, she was at Gandhi Bhavan. That far.
We
So she
wanted to
came in.
know whether she would take admission in the hostel or not.
Uh,
And
and
we
she
were
had
having
come.
interviews.
She had come with two small ponytails and red, I still remember, red kurta and canvas shoes, white. So when we were still talking, and she thought, we are done with, and she just almost, ran to the Gandhi. Then we had to get her back, and then the interview is not over. So these are the, experiences which are very, I would say, very innocent and no, genuine of the girls of that age. And then we felt that we really owe a lot to these girls whom we have brought for education. Dr. Grover.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really very, very interesting also. And I must say that the efforts made by you and your team, these are actually the foundation stones of this college. And it's not the bricks or the mud, it is the efforts that are made. Now I request Grover ma'am, Dr. Grover,
Yeah.
please.
Thank you so much. Good morning and good afternoon now, I think. Dr. Malvia, my dear smiling faces, friends, colleagues, students, and anybody else who is on the line. It's a great privilege to be here and to hear from the horse's mouth what Dr. Malvia has said. She has said it really, really correctly, because these are the things one can never imagine that what sort of teething problems we faced, and we were very young ourselves. I just want to say at that time in 1972 and 73, there was no home science faculty in Haryana. And that is why we got a chance to be recruited by Dr. Durga Deolkar who was heading the Durga committee to appoint us here. I had never stepped into Haryana because when I was studying in school and college, we thought our girls from college who don't get admission in B.Ed or masters in Delhi, they go to Haryana. But here, this was the challenge. And my parents said, if the vice chancellor is giving you appointment and Dr. Bialkar is saying you accept the challenge. And I was working I had just finished my MSc. I was very raw, but I was working in Lady Irwin College on a research project. I had written a paper for the planning commission. And then she knew me a little better than the other students. She says, I think you should go. I said, okay, I will try 2 years. My parents said she's recommended. They never saw where I was going. They had faith in Dr. Bialkar. And they said if the university is giving you all the facilities and they are going to protect your salary and your security, you go. मन नहीं लगेगा आ जाना वापस आपका घर तो इधर ही है. But when we came, I met Dr. Malviya. She was a very pleasing personality. She was a real guiding force. And many of the team members of the Durga committee that were mentioned, we were lucky to have met them. We would have sometimes, lunch or dinner when they were there at Mr. Fletcher's house. And Mr. Fletcher, I think, is a figure who has to be remembered each day. He was a dynamic person and so much concerned about this college. Every day, early morning, he would visit the college. And once, when the college had started, he visited, and somebody in the office had thrown, वो ink वाले pen होते थे, उससे ऐसे करा हुआ था. They were two spots. He said, "Who is this guy? I want to suspend him. He can't spoil this college." Mr. Fletcher was not allowed to climb upstairs, but in the College of Home Science, he would go and supervise. And when we came, there was, though the lists were prepared, but there was not even a needle. A needle even had to be purchased. To me, Dr. Malviya, occasionally Mrs. Verma would often go down to Delhi. The curriculum had to be finalized. So can you imagine? I attended my first academic council meeting when I was 22, which is very rare. And the sort of work we were doing were what professor, head of department, deans were doing. And we would keep having, visitors for inauguration or other occasions like Mrs. Indra Chakraborty Saab himself, Mr. Bansi Lal. So we had to write, for them. And all these things we were never trained for. We were not even trained how to write a leave application, leave about writing notes, keynote addresses. But we took it as a challenge, and I think we did a good job. And the university provided us a lot of opportunities and challenges, and I think we passed them fairly successful. And we enjoyed our learning process. Like the first batch of students, we were afraid, like Dr. Malviya said, बच्चे आएंगे कि नहीं, लड़कियां आएंगी कि नहीं, हमारा सर्वाइवल तो उस पर डिपेंड करता है. And we were just, I think, 5 faculty or 3 faculty, and we were starting 3 courses. There were no departments. And many of us, like I think all of us had, besides our subject specialization, we had to take another subject. I taught FN, till FN teacher got appointed. Dr. Malviya taught hygiene and physiology, I think. And Mrs. Verma taught clothing, textiles, besides extension education we were doing. We would go to the villages often. जब admission होना था, me and Dr. Malviya visited number of villages in number of districts. So we got lot of good response. अब इतना response आ गया कि it was more than our expectation. Overnight, the academic council meeting was called. The seats of the college were doubled. Can you imagine? अभी teachers नहीं है, books नहीं है, libraries नहीं है, yet you have to teach. And there was also this 1-year certificate course. And me and I think Malviya ma'am, we went to Panipat and recruited Sharma ji for weaving. And from Ludhiana, we got Mr. Manocha. And then the dean, Mrs. Dhantyagi from Home Science joined from PAU. So we had a lot of work we had to do. And working in an agriculture university, I think, is very different than working in a traditional university from which we came. Because I like the system. You are active all 365 days. There is no system of leave. You are not only teaching, but you are also doing research and extension. And I think I, for myself, always, generally, always had a research project because you get additional funding and you can do something more. As far as the students were, they did have language problem, but they were curious to learn. और अब देखो फटाफट इंग्लिश बोलते हैं हमसे भी बेटर. So you feel so proud. You feel you are building a nation. You are helping a state, and that is what women empowerment is. I think all women in this college have a lot of capacity, and we have to think locally and work local to global. I have done my job. I have been at Hisar, a very local place, but I have been a global figure and contributed at state level, national, and international level. My work is over, or my age is over. Now you have to play your own innings. Always remember, your studies are going to pay you. And you have to be curious for knowledge. Seek knowledge, learn additional skills, try to help the communities, try to use technology, think very broadly. And the discipline of home science, which is now being changed to community science, is a very dynamic discipline. In US and in UK, it is broken off into its own streams. Child development, psychology is so important. Foods and nutrition, you have such industrial linkages. Then you have extension and community and communication, because to upliftment of the community, you are connected with whatever. I think one Mr. Robert Chambers, he's a very famous person, University of Sussex. He says India is a laboratory, and I agree with him. कुछ काम करो, कुछ निकलेगा. कुछ निकलेगा, समाज को दो. Samaj ko, keep in mind, you have to uplift this society. You have to be a very important member. You are important, but sometimes we don't realize how important we are. We are women, but women are very important. We are almost 50% of humanity, and the humanity is facing challenges. And the challenges the home economists have to accept. They have to work. They have to then spread their ideas. That is what this college has done, a lot of work in all the 5 domains of knowledge, and I'm sure it is going to do a lot more. During our journey, 50-year journeys, there were lots of ups and downs. We had a tough beginning, but a good start with the students. Then the students, when they finished, the first batch students, abhi padhai khatam hui, बोले मास्टर्स करनी है. स्टूडेंट्स की डिमांड है. आई डोंट थिंक अदर यूनिवर्सिटीज एग्री टू डिमांड्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स. सो दैट इज व्हाई MSc FN was started, and gradually MSc program in other disciplines was started. MSc खत्म हुई, PhD कब से कब स्टार्ट होगी. अब MSc हो गई तो सर जॉब कब मिलेगी. तो वो सब चलता रहता है. स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट्स के साथ आपका डायलॉग होता है. You see how agriculture reaches the farmers, and we have also developed our own extension networks through our extension system and through the ministry. How are the recommendations of this college reach the grassroots level? At the same time, abhi 3 year 4 year tha, every year झगड़ा होता था. होम साइंस के बच्चे लेने हैं, नहीं लेने. आर्ट्स वाले लेने हैं, नहीं लेने. Because it's been a struggle. 50 years was not a very smooth sail. कभी 3 बंद हो गया, कभी 4 बंद हो गया, कभी सीट्स कम हो गई, कभी हुआ खाली होम साइंस और साइंस लेंगे, कभी हुआ साइंस लेंगे. 3 ईयर हो गया, कभी 4 और फिर 5 भी, 6 का भी एक्सपेरिमेंट चला. So there was a lot of experimentation going on with time. Because that was then when the 4-year program started, we started having the professional internship program. और 3 year से 4 year की तरफ गए, because any professional degree is a 4-year program. और after the girls do internship, they were also getting job offers, and some of them would not come into MSc program. They would enter the job market, which is something new for the home scientists in the country. And I think we, in the long run, over the 50-year period, have become pioneers. And we need to document our achievements, our struggles, and our achievements. And I wish you all the best. I think the college is doing a commendable job, and it has lot of more scope to rise to higher heights, achieve higher ranking. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Really very, very interesting hearing these things from you. And now the session is open for interaction, for discussions. Anyone who wants to share their own experiences or share experiences or queries from the resource persons, आप अपना mic on कर सकते हैं and you can please start the interaction. It is open for everyone now.
Dr. Gandhi,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to add.
Yes, ma'am.
So, first of all, I would like to thank our founder vice chancellor, Mr. L. Fletcher, who has this vision of establishing this College of Home Science and where we could be a part of that. And then I bow my head to these pillars of the college, three pillars, Dr. Achla Malviya, Dr. Indu Grover, and Dr. Uma Verma, who have been the foundation stone of this college as well as the students of this first batch. I think the other also were there, but we were just new. We had never seen the university like this. When we were entered, it was just mesmerizing for us that such a beautiful building, we are going to have the classes in these lecture rooms. It was really, really exciting for us. And we have seen these elegant teachers doing the hard work with their elegant saris. We used to look at them, we used to follow them, working day and night for the college and for the students. And we remember the days. It was just like Shanti Niketan, Mr. Paul. He used to take us our classes under the tree, on the bench, and which we still remember. It was just interactive classes, and Madam Malviya, Dr. Grover, and Dr. Uma Verma taking the different courses and managing all the course curriculum and everything. We have seen them really doing hard work, and really we are thankful to them. And we have also seen the journey of the college, like growing and developing from small building and then to the biggest infrastructure. And we used to feel so proud, like our other partners, they used to come, like in the CRIP project, they used to say that your college is so beautiful and full of all the facilities. So we have seen that journey also, and we are really proud to be a part of the college. So we are thankful to the present Vice Chancellor, Dr. Kamboj, Dean, College of Home Science, Dr. Manju Mehta, and Faculty of Home Science for organizing this event. And we are feeling, we are reliving the path, established days of our college. Thank you, my friends, my colleagues, my teachers, Vice Chancellor, and everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, for others also, this is an opportunity to remember your old golden days and to share your experiences.
And one thing I can add more, when I got the admission, like my father told me, because in our mohallas, in our streets, people used to come, the staff members of the university, they used to come and motivate the parents for the admission. So my father told me that you have to fill the form for the College of Home Science. But I had never heard of it. So I thought, no, I can't go there, because we had heard only engineering or going for MBBS. So that was the only thing. But no, he said this. And today I think it was a good decision. But my Tayaji, my father's elder brother, his all the four sons, they are the doctors. And when he learned that I have been given admission in this home science college, so he wrote me a letter that I'm very disappointed. I thought you got the BSc Science, but you have taken the admission in BSc Home Science. I'm really disappointed. But then I think I have proved it, and I feel that this was really I was meant for, and it is really my passion that I have proved it, and I feel so lucky to be a part of home science. Thank you once again.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello, hello.
Hello.
That was wonderful, ma'am. Yes, Dr. Neelam Prudhi.
Yeah. Uh, Good afternoon. And I do agree with what Dr. Sudesh Gandhi has told. We do move our head to our founder teachers and Madam Dr. Malviya, Madam Grover, and Madam Indu, who has left us about 1.5 years back. And I will like to share that I did my pre-medical and was planning to enter to a medical college. Because of some health issues at pre-medical level, I couldn't do better. I wanted to wait for another year, but one of my cousin who was a student of agriculture college, and he came and he motivated that why you don't join home science. I said nothing doing. I said nothing doing. I'll go for either English honor or honor in economics. By my brother is there. My brother said no, 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 and he motivated to such an extent. He said, first batch students always get job, and it is a and you will definitely get a job after your education, after completing your education. Another thing he said that there is a good chance that you'll get a partner over here and settle in Hisar. I said nothing doing. Why I should do go? Anyways, he could motivate me. And when I came for interview, I saw Shashi, who was also my class fellow in pre-medical. Then I thought when she is joining, why I should not join? Anyway, we joined. After that, what we did, she has already, Suresh Gandhi has already explained so many things. But it really happened that when we were studying, we faced some problems in the first year because our three teachers were handling all the courses and it was really difficult for them also. Then by the next year, in 74, we got specialized teacher, and then we started our own subject. And stitching used to be my, hobby. I learned from my mother, and then it really became a profession for me. I was lucky enough to get a admission in MSc Clothing and Textiles. That immediately when my result was declared, next day I got a job in Bhiwani in a degree college as a home science lecturer. And per chance, I got married to Dr. Anil Pruthi, who was an employee of HAU, and then we both joined HAU, and then we worked till our retirement. Most of you know it. During this time, we have also tried our level best to do for college what we can do best for other department, what we can do best for our college, and courses for 4 year program, as Madam has Grover has told, there were 5 year program, 6 year program, 4 year program, so many which have been listed by Dr. Manju Mehta. So we contributed and tried our level best to do a good for our college and for the students. And most of you know me, and I think we are really lucky to be a part of this institute, part of this university. And I am really thankful to God who has helped us and to achieve our goals. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. I think one Madam Khushpreet raised her hand, and Dr. Rajwala also wants to say something. Madam Khushpreet, either you want to say something? No. So I will request Dr. Rajwala Grewal. Dr. Grewal, I think you raised your hand. Yes, please unmute yourself, madam.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I especially thank our teachers, all the teachers, and Dr. Achila Malviya and Dr. Indu Graver today are with us. We are really, really very happy to see them after a long time. Namaskar, ma'am. And it's a September. Teacher Day was just now, and we are blessed to see you now. And we had a very good journey in the Home Science College, just like Sudesh and Neelam. I also didn't want to be in home science, but my daddy visited the campus and he said, "You cannot find this nice campus anywhere in India, and take the name of the god and enter into the college." I was very young at that time because just after matriculation, I was in the college. So slowly and slowly we learned the things. And thank you, madam, for shaping the future. And due to your guidance, dedication, and work we have seen during the period you did, we also tried to do as much as we could do. And we are really happy that we had a very good time at HU campus. Now I am retired in 2019 and worked at various positions in HAU. And we are blessed to have very good teachers there. And we are indebted to, of course, our first Vice Chancellor, A.L. Fletcher, who has started this thing in Haryana. And thank you, Manju Mehta, Dr. Manju Mehta, for organizing this event. So we could see our teachers and all that, and hope to see you all in November, sorry. And happy to see you all. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else? Students, you may also say something.
I would like to say something.
Yes, Dr. Kamla, please.
I'm almost sleeping. It's midnight at America, and I am a very early sleeper. But it's so overwhelming to see all of you today. So I really, really I cannot express how happy I am. So let's to start with, I bow down to our pioneer teachers, Dr. Malviya and Dr. Indu Grover and Dr. Uma Verma, who is not with us. I remember those days, how they shaped our college. And I was so fortunate to be there in that university. I spent 19 years of my best time of my life in that university. Took part in each and every activity. I came from a very poor family, from a village, and I blossomed in that university. I touched hockey for the first time and became captain of my women hockey team. There was no program where my Haryanvi dance was not there. I was at just the best actress at national level. All these opportunities were provided by the university. I finished my PhD there, and then God brought me to USA. And I feel so proud to tell everybody that where I came from, because I know people all over the world now. I take part in so many activities, and when I tell them that I belong to that university, we take pride in that. So we are so fortunate that we got our education, we got our foundation at such a strong institution. And I'll just say few words. मैं अब यहाँ पे पोएट्री लिखती हूँ. तो नंगे पैर चले थे हम, आसमां से जुड़े थे हम. नंगे पैर चले थे हम, आसमां से जुड़े थे हम. खुली आंखों से ले सपने, आज यहाँ खड़े हैं हम. खुली आंखों से ले सपने, आज यहाँ खड़े हैं हम. तो वो सब सपने HAU में हमने देखे और बाद में जिए. So it's very, very nice that we'll be seeing you all pretty soon in November. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited that we are part of that first batch of Home Science College. And we are part of that renowned institution, Haryana Agricultural University. We still call it HAU, throughout the world. Thank you so much. Thank you for being there, and thank you for celebrating this golden jubilee, and thank you for making us young again to revive those memories.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good, Kamla. Very good. Really.
Nicely said.
It was a wonderful interaction, I must say. Do we have anyone else who would like to say something?
I think Malviya ma'am wants
Malve
to
ma'am.
say.
Malve ma'am.
Yes, Malviya ma'am, and after
Yeah.
that we have
I
Seema
just
Gupta.
want to say something. And, the love and affection we got from the students, it's so overwhelming. And also when we see today, but I want to share one instance, which I wanted to share earlier also. When I had my major accident, it was my students who brought their brothers and gave me 8 bottles of blood. And they said that our madam cannot die. So you can imagine the love and affection our students had for the
Yes.
teacher. And this is something, you can find only in a place like Haryana. And I still
Very good.
feel, very overwhelmed that at that time I was in what a condition and my students came and stood by me.
Very, very well said, madam. It is actually the love and respect that we receive from our students, which is the real earning of any
Yeah.
teacher, and that stays with us forever and ever. Yes, Madam Seema Gupta, you wanted to say something? Please unmute yourself. Madam Seema, please unmute yourself.
Oh, yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me a chance. I'm from the 76 batch, and I remember Mrs. Akra ma'am, Grover ma'am, Verma ma'am, and Rana, Mrs. Rana was there for home science, and another one I can't remember right now. I mean, we are really thankful. I have come from Calcutta, and from Loreto, going to that Haryana. uh, I, in the beginning, I felt it was a letdown. My parents, my father had gone to the university and he said he fell in love with the university, the buildings and everything. He said, it's like America, you won't feel you are in India. See, hearing him, I had gone, okay, I had agreed to go to Hisar. When I when I started the thing and I met all the students there, I'm from Loreto, and going there was such a vast difference. Uh, in the beginning, I didn't appreciate it, but now, right now at this stage and even much earlier, I think I spent the best years of my life in SAU. The teachers, the various opportunities, mountaineering, dancing, the various activities and opportunities we got, we will never get it anywhere else. And I'm really thankful to God that He sent me to HAU, meeting such lovely teachers, our friends, and it was a great opportunity for me. And I'm very thankful to see both you, my Atla ma'am and Grover ma'am. So thank you very much. Teachers, they had just passed. We are very thankful to you all. I thank you all and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, do we have anyone? Students, you can also say something.
Yeah, now I just want to add one thing,
Yes,
Sangeeta.
yes, ma'am.
Now, since we are contacting our students of our batch, so whenever I happen to talk to anybody, and everyone asks first thing about Madam Achla, Madam Indu, and then Madam Verma, because many of them don't know about her. So first thing they will ask about Madam Achla, where she is settled, where she, Madam Indu, where we are. They are so excited that when they will be coming, I don't know how many will be coming. They are not finally confirmed, but they really want to talk to you, madam, both, and want to meet you. And hopefully, not 100%, not I will say hopefully, you will be with us in November on 3rd and 4th. So I request you personally and to other members also who are from those batches, and they must come and relive their life. As Kamala has rightly said, that now we have a dream with open eyes. So thank you very much for giving it. Please join us on 3rd and 4th November. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I think this interaction would be a never-ending one, but we have the limitations of the time also. I now request, is there anyone who wants to say something?
Yeah, I just want to add. See,
Yes, ma'am.
I have traveled to a number of countries, 21, and the facilities we have in HAU are marvelous, unparalleled. Because I studied in University of London for PhD, 61 colleges, more than 30,000 students, but no personal attention. You don't get chance to participate in co-curricular, extracurricular activities. In Agriculture University, especially HAU, since the beginning, I think our students have participated in number of activities: dancing, music, mountaineering, hockey, gymnastics, swimming, anything and everything. And that is what makes you different. And I think HAU students are different. They glow differently. They feel differently. And you should be proud of such an institution, which is one of the rarest in the world. At the same time, don't forget your duties. You must do something for society wherever you are. गांव में हो गांव के लिए करो, शहर में हो शहर के लिए करो, अपनी सोसाइटी में हो सोसाइटी के लिए करो. और जब आप छोटा काम भी करते हो और अगर उसकी ग्लोबल इम्प्लीकेशन है, आपको ग्लोबल रिकग्निशन मिलती है. Just to give you an example, I have been invited by the United Nations Economic Development Commission for Africa, with World Bank. I've been part of an international 4-year project committee, Agriculture, Science Development and Development, which was a 4-year project funded World Bank. FAO. After climate change, this is the most important committee. There were 600 people around the world. If I, as a home economist, can get selected because of my work and my contribution and the recognition, you too have the same ability. And you are the product of a very good college. You have had a good training. I have been in, because of my work on gender, I'm a gender consultant. I have developed the first gender postgraduate diploma with Hull University and Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Bombay. 4-year project funded British Council, DFID. We had a link with Hull University, UK. 14 teachers collaborated. We ran the program. And because of my work on gender, even after my retirement, I have been invited by the Commonwealth Commission, UK. And I have stayed in the private estate of the Queen Elizabeth. I got a chance to attend the church on a private estate with her. What else do we want? So I think home economists, you have to make your kites fly, dream big, do big, and contribute. Write a lot. Write a lot. I'm still writing, and your writings will bring recognition if it empowers some community, some people, or something else. And you have, I think, in all our fields, we have lot to contribute. I wish you all the best. It's been a very fruitful interaction, seeing you, interacting with you. I thank the Vice Chancellor. I thank the Dean. I thank the faculty. And I think it's been wonderful. I look forward. I was to travel to Australia for your program on the 3rd and the 4th. So now I'm not traveling to Australia. I have to travel to US then because of change in dates. But I'm going to come on the 3rd and 4th and looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay.
That has been a really wonderful interaction with everyone. And as I said earlier, we have the time limitations also. And my request to Dean Madam, we can hold another such interesting session some other day also. So now I request Dr. Neelam Rose, HOD Textiles, to propose a formal vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today it is a proud privilege for me to extend vote of thanks on behalf of organizing team. I would like to thank our chief guest for the day, worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor B.R. Kamboj. Sir, it was because of your encouragement that we are able to take up the task of being host to this event. Your presence among us is a motivation not only to students but also the faculty. Sir, I thank you with all my heart for sparing time for us. I am highly thankful to the speakers of the day, Dr. Ashla Malviya and Dr. Indu Grover, founder, teachers, and former deans of the college. Ma'am, it was a great interaction with you. It was a wonderful experience of listening the history of this college, and you took us to a trip down memory lane. I'm sure everyone will remember it. I extend my thanks to all dean directors and other officers of the university who have taken time out of their busy schedule and made their valuable presence in these lectures. I especially wish to thank Dr. Manju Mehta, Dean of the College and Director HRM, who took the initiative for organizing this event. I further extend my gratitude to all the HODs, senior teachers, former and current faculty, and alumni of the college who have joined us today. Most importantly, I thank all the participants. I hope each one of you has gained something out of this interaction and would join us again in the further lectures. Once again, a big thanks to all who have directly or indirectly worked jointly to make happen this event. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Neelam.
Thank you. Thank you all.
So towards the end, I would like to say just 2 lines. मैं अकेला ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल, मगर लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. वक्त गुजरता गया, आज हम 50 साल पूरे कर चुके हैं. It has been a wonderful, I would say, a golden period where we started from home and now we are now working for a community. That has been a wonderful experience, madam. I would like to thank each one of you for sparing so much of time, and it was a very, very interesting session. Now, हालांकि दिल नहीं कर रहा है, मगर वक्त की दरकार है, have to leave. So goodbye to everyone, and once again, thank you to everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye, and wish you all the best.
Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. It was wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Indu ma'am. Indu ma'am. How are you? Hello. Indu ma'am, I'm Seema. How are you?
I'm okay.
अच्छा अच्छा मैम